Greetings, family. Greetings to every one of us. Hope we are all doing great. Thanks be unto Abba Yehovah, always and eternal. Yes, for every matter, for every weather, for every season, is he control. Yes, to him alone, get the praise, worship, honor, glory, eternal. Hallelujah, hallelujah. All right, now, family, together, let us do the finishing of this wonderful segment Abba Yehovah has already begins with you and I. Here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yehovah with this powerful message already titled for you and me. God System Judaism. Fill your father's cup. It is hard to kick against Yahweh's new covenant. Jeremiah 31:31, part 2. So, family, it's very much possible you come in contact with this part 1 and haven't yet listened, with this part 2 and haven't yet listened to part 1. I encourage you to do just that in order for you to get the full understanding of what this part 2 is all about. Okay? It has a foundation. So I'm referring you back to the foundation. If you are so done that, more power now for you to listen to this part 2. I think we're going to end it today in order for me to also go into another aspect of this matter. All right? Okay. With this being said, like I always love to say, it's not by sensation, emotional, radiation, personal, no. But by the royal law subjective, we want to do this expose again. That constitute is never the one speaking in the New Testament, rather the finger of Abba Yehovah. Hmm? Now, I want to throw some stone at you because you are throw one stone. And Abba Yehovah is going to get that stone. Of course, Abba Yehovah hold it already against you. Is going to use that just one block or one stone to build a mansion for you. And that mansion is called the eternal link of fire. That's it. Because you cannot throw stone and go and say that and said it is well. Now, you have a lot of questions to answer unto us. Okay? As the people, or yes, as someone that believe in the New Testament and believe in the Old Testament. These are the double-edged sword in my hand. So you have so much question to answer. And this question, I don't think you will be able from eternity to eternity because it's so heavy. It's going to be a burden on you. Okay. Now, we see in the New Testament, a lot of persecution was going on. Started with Stephen. Okay, he was being stoned. And you said Constantine is the author of the New Testament, and Constantine is the God of the New Testament. And Constantine put this New Testament together in order to knock out of the way the Old Testament. All right now. So who was stoning who? Why why Stephen was we have been stoned? Why Herod, or killed, behead James and John, his brother or so? Why? Who was persecuting who? Because we see so much persecution right in the New Testament. Who was killing who? That all the apostles are scattered in the four corners of the earth. Who was chasing after them? Why should Constantine, the founder, the author, of New Testament, also persecuting his own, disciple? You have so much to answer. Okay? You have so much. All right, now, family, with this being said, let us begin to put in now the leftover scriptures. So, quickly, let me introduce this bastard. I call him, this is what I commented on this evil YouTube channel. Okay? You are a dead dog, not even living one. Not even the dog that is alive, the already dead dog. That's who this guy is. He said his name is Bite. Whatever. Elmouse. Bite Elmouse. This guy is the one that is extending right and fellowship of wickedness from the pit of hell unto Islam and unto Judaism. This guy gave them a trumpet to stand it against the new covenant. Though he was once a evangelical Christian, okay, he was a preacher of the new gospel of the New Testament. He was, an evangelist carrying this gospel every part of the places. all of a sudden now decide to become a philosopher. A philosopher needs to dig into history, and this gonna begin to dig into history. Little do we know that he wants just to make money. He's making so much money in this wicked, in this evil journey that he has taken. He's writing a lot of books. He's selling it. He's making huge money by batching on the New Testament. All of a sudden, he become atheist. He said because what was this offense? He said because the original, the forerunners, that is the earlier apostles, Matthew, Mike, and all, that they are the forerunners of Yahushua HaMashiach for the gospel. He said because they were not the one that wrote the account. It was a copy from copy from copy from copy from copy. That's how he's repeating this nonsense. He said the original text we don't even know how it looks like. Okay? He said we can't even lay hands now on the original text. He said then, how many error is there now in the New Testament? How can we trust now the New Testament? Since the eyewitness wasn't the one who wrote it down. So how can we trust this? That was his offense. That was just this guy, this demon offense. And he just dropped the Bible. He quit. He not a philosopher. Now he's not an atheist. He's chasing people away from the New Testament. If you see how this guy is batching on the New Testament, if you are not filled with the grace, you're gonna also drop it. He's gonna also drop it. Now, because you want to, this is another way they are making money. This is just another way, the love of money. Okay, now gain the whole world. Your soul is gone already. That is the exchange for it. Okay. All right, now, let me not be using my own words. I just want to introduce this demo. But I don't want to play his voice on my video. I should have just posted a little part of it where he was saying all this nonsense. How can we trust the New Testament? Whereby we don't have the original text. And we don't have the copy from the original text. And we don't have the copy from the copy. And copy from the... All in the name of making money. You are a fool, dead dog. That's who you are. Once again, family, if you haven't yet listened to part 1, I just encourage you to do just that. Except you are not lovers of truth. Or you have already done that, like I said. More power not to listen to this part 2. I want to put in this again. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 4. I read, in whom the God of this world had blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the gospel, glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of Yahuwah, should shine unto them. Did you get that? The God of this world has already blinded all these people. Now, the Judaism, this goes for you. Because the God system, the animal system, the beast system you are under, which is the very sacrificial law you are under, has really gotten into you so deep that you now become one with goats. So now your Messiah is goats. And your Messiah is to die, your goat, which is your Messiah, is to die for you and shed his blood for you and also carry your sin to the wilderness. It is goat animal system. The very one you are under. Because God now becomes your Messiah. Okay, he's the one to die for you every Yom Kippur. You now return back there under the system of the goat. Yes, because that system of the goat is still in your vein. That is why you are being blinded. You couldn't see the true light of the glorious gospel Yahushua passed on unto you. You couldn't see. You now begin to believe feeble. You now begin to believe fallacy. You now begin to believe nonsense. You couldn't even constrict, say, believe not all spirit, but test them. You now begin to run. You all have this question to answer us. Who was persecuting who? Because you people say, you guys said that custody to fear kwa. Yehovah forbid. Is the God of the New Testament. Then, who was persecuting who? Okay, who was persecuting who? You're not getting that. And look at Islam. These bats, these demo bats, dead dogs, okay, he is the one they are quoting. Like I said, they are quoting him. Judaism will quote, Islam will also quote. Look at Islam that is also quoting someone that is batching on the new covenant. Remember your Quran, chapter 19. It's all about the New Testament. the virgin birth or the virgin conception. Remember how Allah did it over there. So, if New Testament is man-made, therefore Quran is the most dangerous man-made. Go and dump it in the dustbin. Yeah, what's forbid? New Testament is accurate, is correct, okay? But the gods of this world, which is the Azazel, goat, beast system, animal system, the Grecian's kingdom, the goat over there, large and little horn goats, has already blinded you guys. You can never see the true gospel of it. Now I want to do the leftover prayer. Let's put in the word of Abba. You want to preset it. Again, I would like to also put in this Luke chapter 1, 1 to 3. I read. For as much as many have taken in hand to set forth in order a declaration of those things which are most surely believed among us. 2. Even as they delivered them unto us, which from the beginning were eye witnesses and ministers of the word. You see, so the one that wrote Luke said, the minister of the word, the eyewitness, the forerunner of Yahushua HaMashiach, we are the one who delivered this message unto them. Okay? And they now begin to put it down. Because of persecution, they were running for their life. We see how they were scattered. And some also is not capable. And then also we see that from Kepha, it was illiterate, okay? And some were also not able to provide the money for the material because it was really that expensive those days. But they memorized that in them, and then I begin to narrate the old. Of course, like me, I can narrate the message of the cross without even taking the Bible. It's in me. That is the anointing of memorize. What blessed us with. Of course, we need to memorize scriptures. Okay, so that said that like that man that I just quoted. How are you going to justify all this? You have a lot, so much to accept, but I'm not here for that. The Judaism, Abba Yewa said, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It didn't say the people of the devil, but my own people. It didn't say the seed of serpent, but my own people is going to destroy. They're already gone for lack of knowledge. You are expecting New Testament. When you find it, you now begin to give glory to common, filthy demon constituting. You know what they heard? We are not disputing the fact that New Testament is error free. No, 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 no. No one would do that. Why? Because Abba Yehovah is a righteous Yehovah. The Bible never just fall from heaven and landed the earth. No, Abba Yehovah include imperfect men. He include men that is capable to make a mistakes. He include them. Of course, mistakes will be found. No one can defend anyone that did that, which means you are not being realistic. Sometimes when I'm doing message, I see myself making mistakes. Sometimes we'll just go to the descriptions box. I'll begin to correct it. Of course, it's normal because I'm human. I'm not perfect. Okay? How about you want include imperfect men to write it down? Of course, there's going to be error of transmission and translation. That we know spelling and all that. That we simply know. Okay? No one is disputing that. But not for you to say because of this reason, fearful, it is man-made up, it's not divine. No. That one is evil. If you want to know what they added, that is not found in the royal law, it is the system of Christianity. Like TB Joshua, I will just be prophesying lie. No, that is not the prophet of the Bible. Like Krista Hinomen, money conscious people, fornicator. No, that is not the system of the Bible. These are not the prophet of the Bible. If you begin to look at Christianity, and you will say, indeed, that book is satanic. You see the people that carry the book, you see how they live. Therefore, you are just engaging yourself in danger. Because those people you want to use to judge the holy royal law, they never do what the royal law says. They just use it as a common flag. This is the people Messiah prophesied about and said they are coming. Said many false Messiah and his prophets will come. They're going to be doing great signs and wonders to deceive even the elect. These are they. They are fulfilling the prophecy, that also, pertaining unto them. They just came to fulfill prophecy. like Justice Sule destruction, committing adultery, and also pay money to cover it up. These are not the people of the book. These are not the apostles at all. They don't do what the book says. So don't use Christianity lifestyle to judge the Bible like the destructive Oyedipo that have 4 private jets. No, this just check the character of the Bible. The apostles, the biblical apostle of the biblical Messiah, sold their houses, sold their plot of land, sold their cars, sold their property to take care of the less privileged. If you read there, you're going to understand these are demonic Christianity. They are demonic people. These are mystery Babylon. So don't use Christian to judge Bible because Christians don't do what the Bible says. Okay? So these are the things they are there. They all use Bible as a cover face. But they are not doing what is inside there. The Royal never said, every month you have to be paying money. Tithe as money. No, 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 that is a lie. Come associate as a money. That is a pure lie. Okay? Selling all this message they are doing, that is a lie. You don't sell nothing. Freely we give it to you, freely pass it. Christianity is another thing entirely. So don't use that to judge the royal law. If not, you're going to get lost eternal in the lake of fire, okay? All right, now, so let's put some. Neither Jesus is the biblical Messiah. No. This is the first Messiah the biblical Messiah prophesies about. Matthew 24:24. It said many false Messiah is coming. In my name. What is the name? He said they're going to be saying that they are the Messiah, the Messiah. They're going to be claiming that they die for you, but they are false. And he said this false Messiah is also coming with these false prophets. They're going to be doing great signs. And what is doing that today? It's Christianity. Come on and look into the Bible and stop judging Bible through Christianity. No, Christianity just came to play the part of great deception. They are the great China, primary China of this great deception of these last days. That is what you ought to know. Don't judge the Bible through Christianity by their behavior, by their silly acts and their nasty act. No, 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 no. When you do that, like I said, you're going to get lost in the lake of fire. You should know better. So we see Luke, the writer of Luke was the forerunner of Yahushua HaMashiach, the biblical Messiah, but he wasn't the one who wrote it down. As he narrated to others, now begin to write it down for us. Okay, so there is little error. Maybe if I'm able, I will also put little on it, but that does not affect anything that have to cause salvation, and that does not make the book not divine. No, if you do that, that is strong blasphemy. In fact, you're going to get lost again in the lake of fire. Let me just do some testing for you how to know. It said, by their fruits ye shall know them. You should have been tested the spirit of the New Testament, not who is carrying it. Just carry the book yourself and read it. Matthew 5:17-20. Listen, think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. This is the biblical Messiah speaking. Don't even think about it. So the Christian Messiah, what is Christian say? What did Christian say their Messiah do? Christian said their Messiah, Jesus, the JC, nailed the law to the cross. They are the one who nailed the law to the cross. They don't keep it. They said Jesus destroyed it. And indeed, this is the Jesus, the first Messiah, Apostle Shaul also prophesied about. Okay, the son of perdition. Okay, the man of a sin. In 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, he said the man of sin is coming. What is it? Simply me breaking the royal law. Okay, he said the man of sin is coming. He's going to exalt himself above anything that is called Yehovah and everything that is called worship. He's going to set himself as Yehovah in the temple. These are the prophecy that is already been fulfilled. Here the biblical message said, don't even think that I've come to do that. But Christians said Jesus have done that. So when you begin to judge the book through Christianity, you're going to get lost in the lake of fire. There is no more excuses. The first man and the first woman, Abayewa gave them a year for them to, pass out their failure. Come and tell me what happened. Then I begin to narrate, the serpent deceived me. The woman you put here. But Abayewa said no more for that nonsense. Because he has already done it up for you. Only for you to sit down and say, search the scriptures. That's it. That's it. If you fail, that will be your burden to carry. It now. For verily I say unto you, the heaven and the earth are passed, not jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all is fulfilled. What are you saying? So what is the criteria? It is the heaven and the earth. Do you see the first heaven? Yes. Do you see the sky? Yes. So if they can't, the royal law still stand. It's not yet fulfilled. Okay, it's not yet fulfilled. So till when? Until they are no more. So what is the heaven and the earth doing? I think the prophet he came to fulfill. Let's take that, hear that from his mouth. You can read Deuteronomy or chapter 30. It's about this matter, the royal law. Listen, I call heaven and earth to bear witness these days against you that I have said before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both you and thy seed may live. So what are they doing? Bearing witnesses. The visions of Apostle Shavu, excuse me, the vision of Apostle Shehu have it all. Every now and then, the earth, the tree, the sea, they are all making petition against you. How you break the royal law. The earth and the heaven is bearing witnesses for the royal law. Now let's still do the final one until you don't see them anymore. I know Judah can never get this because he said the God of this world has already blindfolded them. No matter. Sorry. We're all doing this to stop people not to believe your crap. Not you can keep on, okay? Because you have to make money. Revelation 21, verses 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were no more. That's it. If you don't see this one and you now saw the new one, then the royal law is established. Okay? Until Azazel is being moved out of the way, be cast into the lake of fire, the author of sin. What is he breaking the royal law? Where the author of sin is being removed out of this earth. Therefore, we will all be free from sin. They will not be like angel. Check out now his prayer. He asks you and I to be praying. Matthew chapter 6. Let that will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So what is it saying? Heaven, only Yahweh will worship over there. Angels, no iniquity there. So whenever you make that prayer, you are just saying, bring now judgment and wipe away all this madness of Constantine, all this stupid Christianity, stupid Islam, stupid atheist, stupid philosopher, and all this useless narcissism, and all this atheist. Remove all of that, cleanse them, and make it heavy. That is your prayer. Whenever you make that prayer, it's a dangerous one. So how can Constantine be saying we should be doing all these things? Look at what Yahushua said, Matthew 5 again, 27 to 30. He came to bind you with the law. The law said thou shalt not commit adultery. Yahushua said his own is not so because he paid so much for you. If you look at woman's waist and you lost, you are gone. The judgment said you have already done it. So he said you will be cast into fire. So Yahushua is even more harder. He came to bind, he came to reinforce the glory of the law. That is how you should have been testing it. You said Constantine. Who is he talking to? Who? What kind of law is he saying? The Tanakh, the Old Testament. He always quote from there. So now for the leftover one, I want to just do talking. Maybe I can read, maybe I will not read. So Matthew, that's in Matthew chapter 10. Where is it? That's in Matthew. Oh, my maker. Oh no. Yeah, chapter 10, 34 to 35. What the Yahushua says over there? He said, don't even think that I bring peace. He said, no, not so. But what did he bring? Sword. He said that sword. Brother is going to release it against father. Excuse me. Son is going to release it against father. And father is going to release it against son. Mother-in-law to daughter-in-law. So where do we see that parallel? Exodus 32, where they made the golden calf. So when your father is a golden calf worshipper and you are a truth carrier, the royal law, therefore you're going to release the sword. What is sword? It is the word of Yehovah. It's a double-edged sword. You're going to release, you're going to stand against your father. You're going to disobey your father. You're going to say, Daddy, no. Don't bring me into this nonsense. I don't worship the golden calf. That is where we see it. Moshe now said, when Moshe came down there, we not worship the golden calf. Moshe now said, everyone pick sword. Release your sword against your brother, chop off their head, and it was so. So this is how you should have been testing it. It's too clean for you to be alluding this to Constantine, uncircumcised Constantine, useless papacy, Christianity father, the appropriate or papacy. How can you say they put things like this together? You are absolute mad. I have to use that language for you because you are out of your senses. You lost your sanity. You are indeed mad. Yahushua now make it so plain in Revelation 12:5. He said he's coming to rule the whole world with an iron scepter. Do you know what that is? Unbreakable power. Unbreakable iron scepter. You think when he comes, it's going to be tolerating all this nonsense? No. So let's put some more. I think I'm done with that part because I have a lot of jotting. Okay, Exodus, I quote that already. 25 to 28. Go and read it. Say, everyone, take sword. And you remove your brother's neck because he worshipped the golden calf. And constantly is golden calf. Christianity is golden calf. Jesus, Jesus is golden calf. We don't worship them. Those are the things they added, and we knew it. Now about the feast, Yahushua celebrate biblical feast. Biblical Messiah celebrate biblical feast. He never celebrate Christmas. That is the things they added. Now Luke chapter 2, 41 to 43 celebrate all feast. John 5, 1 to 11, we see that was the feast of Purim, because the character of the feast of Purim is found in John 5, 1 to 11. To do good to one another in the feast of Purim. Others at home, you call Esther chapter 9. Go and read it. You're going to find it over there. Chapter 9 to 10. You're going to find it. Okay? We celebrate biblical feast. Matthew 26. Yes, we celebrate Passover. Always. Okay? Now, John chapter 10, verses 20 to 25. We also see this one is historical. Okay? Maccabees, the first book of Maccabees, chapter 4, 36 to 61, when this is the feast of Hanukkah. Okay, like this year, now it fall on December 24th. Oh no, we are ending it December 24th. Okay, it is when they're starting Christmas. So when we recapture the temple, we now also dedicate that temple unto Abayewa for a memorial. You can find it in the book of Maccabees. This Maccabees is in the world history. A thing that Abayewa did, Yahushua celebrate that feast. He never celebrate nonsense. He kept the Shabbat, circumcised 8 days. They are all there. Can you give this glory to Common State? You are mad, eh? Second Maccabees chapter 10, verses 5 to 8. Go and read it if you have it. It was the Feast of Tabernacle, which is the birthday of Yahushua HaMashiach, the biblical Messiah. It was the Feast of Tabernacle we wanted to celebrate when the Grecians, the Goth Empire, whom you are under, Judaism, that is Goth system, okay, when they came and bring war and set in pork, which is Jesse Jesus, is also in the world history, Jesus, okay, then I begin to sacrifice swan. Christians said Jesus cleansed pork for them, so they are pork eating. These are the things they added. This should have been the things you should have dig out and rebuke them and hold on to your glory, which is the new covenant. It is the blood that makes atonement. It is the blood where life is. So you want to remain under the blood of the goats, which simply means you are a goat. Goat is your Messiah. All right? So Messiah celebrate all biblical feasts. Where is the bar? Yeah, Matthew 26. I quoted that one already. Leviticus 23. Okay, Luke chapter 4, 16. He said he kept the Shabbat as his manners was. Look at the Apostle Shaul. They are also batching on. What name are they not call it that one? They said that one is even Gentile. Is the brother of Constantine. No, Judaism, you went too far. And Apostle 72. He said Apostle Shaul always keep Shabbat as his manner was. 42 to 44. All the cities of Gentiles came in to hear the word of Abba on the Shabbat as Apostle Shaul preached to them. 1821 is celebrate Pesach. Feast of Shavuot is celebrated all. Then Apostle 20 verses 6, you're going to see it over there. That was Shavuot. And 16 also. Passover, everything is over there. I just want to quote it for you. You can go and do the read it by yourself. 1 Corinthians 5, 6 to 8. This is Pesach. Passover, I celebrated it. Okay. Where is the other one? How can pork 80 people will be keeping a holy feast? You don't know what this is the feast about why he's using to minister unto us. The very one we are preparing into now is the feast of Yom Torah, the day of rapture. Oh no. Apostle Shaul celebrate it all. But you know that Maggie. Now what for now? Oh, where is it? So I just want to call it out. Time is also running out. Okay, Acts of Apostle, I quote that already. First Corinthians, yes, 16 now, verses 8. He also celebrates Acts of Apostle 21. Go and read it. He was a Nazarene, a Nazarite. He was a dread carrier. That is the law of the people of the book set apart for Yehovah. A Gentile don't go there. Apostle who was a Nazarite. Read it. Out of Apostle 21. And go and read number chapter 6. This is how you should have been proving it. Not for you to say constitute, right and left. If people don't let somebody hear what noisemaker. Quickly, let me put it up because I'm also running out of time. I don't want to do 3999. Where's the other part? Corinthians, I quote that already. Numbers chapter 6. Yeah. Out of Apostle 24:14. Just go and read it. Okay. Out of Apostle chapter 15. No. Why should consistency also tell you now to go and circumcise? No. When you go to First Maccabees chapter 1, when Constantine and Antiochus Epiphanes came to power, no circumcision allowed anymore. Everyone left their children uncircumcised. You don't read the Torah, the Royal, or the Tanakh anymore in the days of Antiochus Epiphanes. All were the feast you don't celebrate it. Those are the things they added. They don't celebrate no feast. Go and read it. This is historical, a powerful historical. First Maccabee, chapter 1, go and read it. If they found you circumcise your child, that infant that will smash his head on the ground. And the mother and both the one that circumcised, they will, hanged them. It was a severe punishment. You don't keep the Shabbat. You want to die. If they caught you, are a goner. You don't have the royal. All the books, Tanakh was burnt. Constantine, I put the royal law together. You are absolute mad. Okay, let me stipple for you. The feast of the Gentile, the things they added. Like I quoted already, First Maccabees, go and read it. You will find it over there. You are not allowed to keep the royal law anymore. Out of Apostle chapter 12, verses 1 to 4, we see Easter over there. It's also in the world history. Easter simply means goddess of fertility. And we see when Constantine indeed added it in the royal law. That was at the Council of Nicaea, I think 235 or whatever. Because I did the history long time. Now, that's what they added. Okay, Easter is not our feast. It's satanic. Now, what they added, of course, they also added this sun worship, okay, where you can also go and do this one. It's also on Google. I have it also on my YouTube. How did they do? They even left their template over there and said, this is why we change it Shabbat to Sunday. Now you have to worship, so it's their mark of authority. You will find it Catechism, Doctrine of Catechism, a big Catechism Doctrine, page 174. The third commandment. You will see when they change the Shabbat. Yes, Daniel chapter 7, verses 25 make it so clear that when this beast, this ghost system, this Grecian kingdom, when it comes, they said they're going to think to change the law and to change the appointed time. This is how they did it. This is what they did perfectly. This is what they added into. These are the things you should have been digging into and know what is being given unto you and what is not. Not for you to be batching and say, Constantine put all this thing. Are you mad? What's your problem? Now, okay. Proverbs 16:4. What did Abayewa say? He said, I make all things for my own use. He said, yea, even the wicked for the days of evil. Amos 3:6 said, can a trumpet sound in the streets and people is not afraid? Can evil take place in the city and I, Yehovah, did not do it? This is the Almighty we are talking about. This is the Almighty we are talking about. So if Abayewa can use donkey to do his will, why can't he use a grafted in Gentile to put down what is being handed unto death? Why? Now, don't take the prayer of Balaam, because we know Balaam was a sorcery, a magician, okay? I can sorry if there's time. I want to quote now and refute that there's also error. What Abayewa want me not to do? Said we are not going to be doing that, fighting one another, because I wanted to blast Judaism. I also point the error, because that is what they exposed me to. Also point the error also in the Old Testament, the Tanakh. Error of transmission, error of translation, error of spelling, contradiction somehow. Those are the mistakes for me. Abayewa said no. If we do that, this can drag people into atheist, into the dark world. So I leave that. So, but I want to point now only to your innovator, only to your elder, your rulers, your role model. I want to point only that, okay? Oh, quickly, let me put this in. Numbers 20, where is it? 22, verses 20 to 32. We see Abayiwa communicate with a pagan king, okay, a pagan prophet, okay, the first prophet, Balaam. We see what Abayiwa also used it to do. Use it to bless. He said, when this guy bless, you are blessed. When he calls, you are cursed. Abayiwa revealed himself unto this very satanic worshipper. I think I'm going to be reading in the book of Yasher. Yes, let me quickly read. Who is Balaam? Okay. Now, if you have the book of Yashir, you can read it all, chapter 79. I only want to read 27. And when they had gone, he's speaking of Moshe and Aaron, and when they had gone, Pharaoh sent for Balaam, the magician, and to Jannes and Jambres, his son, and to all the magicians and conjurers and counselors which belonged to the king. And they all came and sat before the king, because this is where the miracle started. Who was Pharaoh? Who was a magician? You can also see that this is where they were performing the throw down your staff, it become a snake. This is where they did it. I can't read it all. If you have, you can read it, chapter 79, 27 to 39. Then you see the miracle over there, Exodus 9 and 7, excuse me, 8 to 12. Revelation 2, verses 14. This is Balaam. Now, Judea is a place. Don't have anything to do with Daniel chapter 4, because a pagan king wrote it, okay? A pagan king wrote it. Nebuchadnezzar wrote it, okay? Jeremiah 25 verses. Now, Abba said, a pagan king is his servant. Okay, he also used him to carry and do his will. Okay, Isaiah 44, 28, we also see King Cyrus. Even Abba even named him before he was birthed. Okay, Isaiah 45, 1 to 5. We also see when he was birthed, what Abba he said, I'm going to give you the treasures of darkness. This is a pagan king. Who is Cyrus? Go to Ezra chapter 1. He was the king of Persia. He is an idol worshipper. I bet you want to use whatever is available for him if you want to carry out any mission. And he hold, explanation. Why he used Gentiles to write down this account from the eyewitness. He don't hold you no explanation. Okay, Jonah chapter 2. Check it out. I bet you also use fish to carry out his will. 1 Kings 22, 19 to 23. We also see Abba Yahweh use a lying spirit just to get Ahab out of the way, that wicked king. If Abba Yahweh want, he just do whatever pleases him, and he hold no apology. Psalm 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 9 to 12. And that is a strong delusion Abba Yahweh has already sent, because he said to Todd is going to die in Babylon. In order for you to perish and destroy, a strong delusion must be passed into your bosom. And you just hold that already. Keep believing it, okay? Because it wrote the New Testament. It is the strong delusion. And the strongest delusion, it is JC, Christian. Psalm 79, Psalm 79 and 49. What happens? Abba Yahweh also have angel that is called evil. He said he used evil angel to trouble them. He hold, apology. He just do whatever that pleases him. Now, come on now. Let us talk about the mistakes of your role model. Okay? Genesis 3 is the biggest one. The first Adam and Shawah, we see how they pour away the goodness of the kingdom. Yet you couldn't write them off. You couldn't deny them. Only little error you found in the New Testament, you now begin to batch on New Testament and now begin to call him names and say he is no more divine. Now, Genesis 6 chapter 6, we also see Abba Yahweh regretted. What have I done? What make me to create human being? He said he repented him. That is a kind of a mistake that Abba Yahweh also did. He regretted it. What have I done? Because it did not become evil. He regretted. That is a mistake. Something you will do, you now begin to regret. You're going to call it mistakes. Okay. Where's the other part? Now, Exodus 17, verses 6. Abba Yahweh said to your role model Moshe, he said, smite the rock. And he did. Let's see the great mistake he did that makes him to lose the promised land. Numbers 20, verses 7 to 12. Abba Yahweh said, speak, and I smite again the rock. For that, Abba Yahweh said, you will not enter the promised land. He made a mistake. Yeah, he's your role model. Yeah, you couldn't give up on him. You couldn't write him off and say, no. Oh, now, okay, that your book, Pharaoh wrote it since he made a mistake. Pharaoh wrote that book. Pharaoh was the one who appeared right at Masana and wrote the book, not the vine. That's what they are saying. All right now. Exodus 32. What happened? Your high priest, who's the very one that is officiating for you under the blood of goats, animal beast, the beast system, also make a beast for you to worship, God the calf. Also give you Azazel to worship. Yet you couldn't write him off and say, no, this man, everything you are doing, Yom Kippur, it is Allah that is doing it. It is the fallen Seraphi that is doing it. It is, in fact, this is Pharaoh. This is the finger of Pharaoh. No, you can't, no, I won't follow your system anymore. You couldn't write him off. Now, you see, when Abba brought out his people from Egypt, what happened? As soon as Moshe was still up there, Aaron now said, come, you now make a beast for them. Come and worship this one. This is the God now that brought, this is the mighty one that brought you out of the land of bondage. In like manner, you now say, constantly, the God, the calf, is not the one that died for us. Is not the one that shed his blood for us right at the cross. He said it's no more divine because of the little error. Because of the little error you found in it. Therefore, you now say the royal law or the New Testament is no more divine. But your role model, your elder, your leaders, your fathers, they did such a terrible mistakes. You never write them off. So you are so inconsistent. You are full of hypocrite. You are hypocrite. Now, 2 Samuel chapter 11, what happened? That your king, David, the very one you say is going to rescue you from the hands of Sharia law, you say is the one to deliver you, he makes a terrible mistake, sir. He murdered somebody. He slept with a married woman. He took a married woman. He lay with a married woman and got her husband murdered. He did a terrible worse. Yet, you still take him as your father. You couldn't extend. You couldn't apply it. That logic also to the New Testament. I said, I don't care. Any error there is their problem. Let me take the one that my father gave unto me, like I do. You couldn't do that. You couldn't do justice. Now, you are so hypocritical. You are full of hypocrisy. Now, your father, the greatest of it all, Father Abraham, he made a huge mistake that still carry us today, that brings about double-edged sword in our neck. Ishmael. I bet you what say, I'm going to give you a blessed child through the blessed womb, Mama Sarah. Now, Mama Sarah, the beast now came to her and said, go and convince your husband to do the bang in order for him to usher in a demon. And Father Abraham, the very one the covenant and the promise was being given, he couldn't rebuke his wife and said, no way. Right away as his wife gave him that cancer, he run pro. He began to do bang and then now planting the seed of serpent. The man of flesh that came from uncircumcised body. Now, what is he going to do? What is the fulfillment of that huge mistake? Quran came from there. So, what is the fulfillment? Sharia law, the third world war. So, what is he going to do to you? A double-edged sword on your neck. He's your brother, he's your role model, and he's your father. You must follow Islam. You must keep Sharia, Quran, and see what man's put together. That is the terrible mistake of Father Abraham. Yeah, you still call your papa. Yeah, you are still under him. You still sing this song. Abraham blesses you. It belongs to you. You couldn't write him off. You couldn't apply that same logic to the New Testament and say, let me take the good one, the one about your word gave. I don't care about their mistakes, and let me throw away their mistakes. Their mistakes had no part in me. You couldn't apply that same logic onto the New Testament. You couldn't make a just judgment to the New Testament. Rather, you now begin to patch on the New Testament and now begin to say Constantine is not the God that goes to the cross, that God the calf. Well done. What about Samson in Judges chapter 16? Your role model, the power you look up to. What did he do? He made a terrible worst mistakes. Yet you still read that account. Yet you still follow him. You couldn't write him off. Well done. What about the greatest of the greatest? Oh, Robo Shantaya Baba. King Solomon, the most wicked one. King Solomon, the very one my soul hate. I hate that man without passion. That turned the kingdom upside down, that put women in bondage, 1,000 women under bondage. And that brings about curse in the kingdom and the dispatched scattering of the whole 10 lost tribe. Where are they? King Solomon brings about that. Yeah, you still call his test holy. You see said his test is holy. You couldn't say the dragon wrote it. You couldn't say, no, your test is no more divine. No, you did this weekend. No, you couldn't apply that system to the royal law, to the New Testament. Well done. The judgment is already here. What about Lot? Your role model, your fathers. What happened? The terrible mistake he did. He saw have sexual intercourse with his own mother, his own wife, because he said, the nakedness of your father is your mother. And that was why Cain got cursed, because he came from that unholy bed. You could write him off. What about your role model, the very one you look up to, the Lot, who also has sexual intercourse with his own two daughters? These are imperfect. Yes, we know. I'm just pointing you to know that it is bound to make the mistakes. So you cannot use that one to judge the entire book, the entire character in the New Testament. No, you can't use the mistakes of me because Gentile made a mistake in error of translation. No, you can. That is why I'm pointing you back. Not that that same error is not also in the New, but Abiyawa said no. I shouldn't be doing that. I should point to the one you look up to. Okay, I should point you back to them. So these are the error. Now, quickly, let us put little part of the error of the New Testament. What makes them make them to say that it is not divine anymore? Now, go to Galatians chapter 4 and go and see what Ishmael, the progenitor of Islam, what they're going to do to you in Sharia law. Yes, Galatians chapter 4, from 21 to the very end, is going to persecute you. That's the Sharia law, the great tribulation, the Jacob's trouble, also the whole world trouble. Father Abraham, terrible mistakes brings about that. The scriptures that came later. Of course, sometimes when I'm doing when I'm doing message, I will forget some scripture. When I finish, I will go and just write it over there because I forgot. This scripture that said it came later for that, that makes the royal law married, okay? 1 John 5:7, okay, John 1:18, John 7:53, John 8:11, and where's the other one? Mark 16:9 to 20. These are the scriptures that came late. Of course, because they memorized it, they didn't write it down. So after they wrote this, and they can remember, of course, they can come to, oh, no, we forgot this. And the royal said, oh, if you take it out of it, it's going to be a cause. So they now begin to put it. These are the late scriptures that came in for that. They now said they are removing and they are putting. That makes it marmid. Let's see the variants they are talking about, the error they are talking about. Quickly, I want to put just one this. We just start, I will redo it again, like I said. First Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. But we were gentle among you. Now, this place, the older manuscript said, we were children among you. We were gentle among you. We were children among you. That makes it not divine, okay? Because they said we were gentle. The other one said we were children. Matthew 24, yes, 36. In some scriptures, he writes and say he wrote this way. He read this way, excuse me, and says, neither the sun, no one knows the day, nor the angel, nor the sun. Like the one I have, it didn't put the sun. So some have the sun, neither the angel nor the sun, and some does it. So for that, it is man made up. Because some read and some say no, it is man made up. That is the error. Let me just leave this too, because we are still coming right back. So this is the problem they said they found in the New Testament. About 400,000, some say 3,000.